Hi friends, how are you all? Today I'm going to talk about the Prashna chart or the Prashna kundli. How I read a Prashna chart and how I make predictions on the basis of Prashna chart. Now friends, I follow certain rules. Some of them are general and some of them, some of them work for me. Astrology is a science which is general, yes, but then it is also highly subjective. It depends on the subjective perspective of the astrologer. That's what I think. If certain things, certain rules work for me, they always work for me. And so I thought I have made predictions on the basis of Prashna chart, and I should share, my findings with you. Maybe you might find, these tips and these suggestions useful. That's why I want to share all these rules and techniques which I use in reading a Prashna chart. Today I will definitely reveal some of them as a first video on Prashna chart. Alright friends, so let's get started without much delay, and do subscribe to this channel, share this video, hit the all notification bell please friends, so that you get all notification of my videos. So let's get started. Alright, so friends, Prashna chart or Prashna kundli, what is that? That is when a querent, that is a person or native who is seeking some answer to a question, puts a certain question to you, and you make a chart on the basis of that question. Then that chart is said to be the Prashna chart or the Prashna kundli. Alright, now the time at which the question was put, that will be the time of the Prashna. So that you have to take note of that time in order to get the chart. The day on which the question was asked, take into account the date. Yes, the question will definitely be asked on a certain date. So the date, the time, and the exact time when the question was asked, and the place. Suppose the querent the querent or native comes to the astrologer, and physically there is a one-to-one conversation, that the querent comes and meets the astrologer, then definitely the place, that particular place will be the place that you have to take into consideration. But in today's post-COVID era, there are many people who can also call an astrologer over telephone, or can contact over email. So in this situation, usually the place in which the astrologer is there, that place is considered or taken into consideration, the place at which the astrologer is located. Alright, so now you have got the time, the date, the place. So you can definitely make the chart, or you can get the chart from any software, or you can also come up with the chart with the help of the panchang for that day. Alright, it is also important for the astrologer to be aware of the panchang or the gochar kundli. He should be aware of that, he or she. So the panchang, the zodiac sign in which sun is placed at a particular time, and in which moon is placed, all that the astrologer should know. And also the gochar kundli, that is definitely the transit chart. The astrologer should be aware of that. And definitely the lagna chart, if you make for that particular time, that is basically the transit chart only. Yes. Alright, now you can also use any software to get the chart. Now what I do is I get the D1 chart or the lagna chart. Alright, according to that, all the details, I look at the D1 chart in order to know the zodiac sign in which the particular planet is placed, and in order to know the house in which the planet is placed, I always look at the KP chart, because KP chart will give you accurate results provided the time is accurate. In the case of a Prashna chart, usually the time is very accurate, because the querent puts a question to you and you note down the time, the exact time. It is accurate up to minutes and seconds. So time is very accurate. So time is very accurate. The KP chart will be wonderful. You will get really correct predictions you'll be able to make if you use the KP chart. But the KP chart should be used, that's what I do, to look at the house in which the planet is placed. In which house the planet is placed. For that, you should look at the KP chart. In which house? The exact placement of the planet in a house will be revealed by the KP chart, because the time is accurate. So I do that. Alright, the KP horary chart also you can follow. Now KP chart also, you will definitely have access to the KP chart with the help of all these details, the time, date and place. In addition to that, in the case of a KP horary chart, the native has to choose, or the querent has to choose a number between 1 and 249. Now, usually natives or querents, they don't know much about astrology generally. They may know, but they may not know, deeply. So if you ask them to choose a number, they might choose a number which is lucky for them. They might think of their lucky number or destiny number or life path number and give you that number. So give them a bit of guidance before you ask them to choose the number. Tell them that you need to just give me any random number that crosses your mind at that particular moment. If they do that, then your prediction will be even more accurate. So any random number between 1 and 249 that just crosses your mind. So if they give you that number, it could be any number. It could be 1, 2, 4, 9, anything. It could be 49. So any number that crosses the mind, then the prediction is going to be better and accurate. So give them this bit of this guidance, and then definitely they'll be able to give you that random number. All right. Now friends, then you can get the KP horary chart. Now, if you look at the D1 chart, friends, you should not stop at the D1 chart. D1 chart for the zodiac sign in which the planet is placed, but you should also look at the D9 chart or the Navamsha chart. That is very important. Please look at the D9 chart in order to know the reality of the event. What is actually, the querent has asked a question. Now the solution, the indication will definitely be there in the Navamsha or the D9 chart. You'll be able to kind of, you'll be able to realize what is actually happening with the native or querent if you really are able to read the D9 chart, Navamsha chart properly. So please look at the Navamsha chart. That is very important. And as I told you, the KP chart will enable you to know the exact placement of the planet in a particular house, and the Lagna chart, the zodiac sign. Alright. Besides that, you should be aware of the Panchang. Alright. Now friends, certain other things which you should keep in mind. The moon is very important. Suppose the native has asked you about a stolen article. The native wants to know whether the stolen article will be able, will be recovered or not. Then look at the moon also in the chart. Yes, moon is a natural benefic. Moon is also the natural lord of the 4th house in the chart of the cosmic man. It shows, your property, your possession and everything. So look at the moon. Now, if the moon is afflicted, then yes, there will be problem in recovering the article. If the 4th house is afflicted, if there is some affliction on the 4th house by malefic planets, then also it could be difficult for the native to recover the article. Alright. Now friends, it's also not just the moon, but if the moon is in Kendra or Trikona, then it's a positive indication that the native will definitely find the article which the native has lost. Alright. Now in the 4th house, if you have the 12th lord, then it may also happen that the native has actually not lost the article at all, because the 12th house is also the house of hidden fears, fears also which are largely imaginative, fears which actually are not true. The person is imagining something that, recently someone contacted me and told me I lost my pair of keys, to my almirah. It was a very, I had a lot of valuables in that almirah and I lost my pair of keys. So, and I'm not able to find them. I saw that the 12th lord was in the 4th house. That is, the native is thinking too much about it, and the native has actually kept that pair of keys somewhere so carefully that the native has forgotten. because that almirah contained jewelry, cash, and it was like an almirah which contains a lot of valuables, mainly jewelry. So that almirah was not opened very often. It was like very rarely opened. So in this post-COVID times, the native actually, perhaps the native had forgotten where the native kept the set of keys. That I could tell the native because I saw the 12th lord is in the 4th house. I told the native that you are actually gripped by a sense of fear, which is a sort of imaginative, and you are thinking, overthinking. It is at the subconscious level, there is some fear, and you were thinking, oh, I lost it, but actually believe me, this fear is not real. You will find the article somewhere at home. Now, friends, also why I could tell that, because in the ascendant I saw that the sign of Leo is there. Now, when you make a Lagna chart or even in the KP chart, look at the ascendant sign. So for the zodiac sign, we usually definitely look at the Lagna chart, but in the KP chart, the ascendant sign is usually the same. So look at the ascendant sign. If it is Leo, Leo is ruled by Sun. That means the ascendant lord is Sun. If Sun is the ascendant lord, the article is where it was, or the article is in such a place where it is safe and secure, or from there the article cannot be, the article's position cannot be changed. It is fixed because Leo is also a fixed sign. The position of the article is fixed, it cannot be changed. So where it was, it is there only. That also Leo shows. Now, if a set of keys was lost, and suppose it was, if I would see that the 4th house is under some affliction, some malefic planet's influence is there, and it has no connection with the 12th lord or 12th house, then definitely I would be able to say that yes, it was stolen. Now, if the article was really stolen, and if you have the sign of Leo as the ascendant, then it will be impossible for the native to recover the article. The native will not be able to recover the article if the sign of Leo, because Leo is a fixed sign. Stolen means stolen for good. Not possible to recover, impossible to recover that article, because it has been taken away and it is there in such a place from where it cannot be recovered. So that is one possibility if Leo sign is there, or if the sign of Leo is there, then it is not stolen at all. Where it was kept, it is there only. It is fixed. Now friends, the ascendant lord is also very important. Look at the ascendant lord. If the ascendant lord in the Prashna chart is either moon or Mercury, then it is an indication that the native will find the lost article very soon, because moon and Mercury, they are very fast moving planets. The native will find the lost article soon. It is somewhere on its way. It is somehow reaching the native. But yes, sometimes it so happens that the native was actually looking for that particular lost object. The native, already informed a few people that please, if you find this thing which I lost, please let me know. The native has already informed a few people, about the theft. So maybe the article is already on its way and the native is going to get the article very soon. But if the ascendant lord is moon or Mercury, that doesn't mean that automatically always the article will come to you. You will not have to make any efforts. It's not that. It is a positive indication that the native will get back the article, but then you have to make some effort. At least you have to look for it a little, tell some people about it, people who are trustworthy again. Then definitely if you make a little bit of effort, it will come to you. So it is positive. So if the ascendant sign is either Gemini or Virgo, then ruled by Mercury. If the ascendant sign is either Cancer, then it is the ascendant lord is Moon. So then the article will come very soon. Somehow it is reaching the native, the lost article. Now, if in the ascendant or in the first house you have a zodiac sign which is either ruled by Jupiter or Venus, that is, either if you have Sagittarius or Pisces, then it is ruled by Jupiter, or if you have Taurus or Libra, then it is ruled by Venus. That means the article is far away from you and you are looking in the wrong place actually. You have to look for it in a different place. Try to make more efforts. You have to put in sincere efforts to find the article. But yes, the event of the recovery of the article, that event is not denied. It is promised if the ascendant lord is Jupiter or Venus, because after all, Jupiter and Venus, they are natural benefics. So the event is not denied. The event of the recovery of the article is promised, but then the native will have to make a lot of efforts, sincere efforts in the right direction. Maybe the native is looking for it in the wrong place. We'll have to think in a very different way. We'll have to maybe move in the opposite direction altogether, and then the native will be able to find the lost article. Alright. If the ascendant lord is either Mars or Saturn, then the situation can get complex and difficult. If the ascendant lord is Mars, that is, if the ascendant sign is either Aries or Scorpio, or if the ascendant lord is Saturn, so the ascendant sign will be either Capricorn or Aquarius, that means it will be very, very difficult for the native to recover that article, to find the lost article. It is as if the native is, will be running after the article, and the native will, move towards the article. But then before the native can reach out, the article will be replaced from there and taken somewhere else. So the native is running and running after the article, but the article somehow, the native is very close, is about to reach that lost object. But just before that, the article is again removed from there and taken somewhere else. So it is that constant tussle is there. So, but if Saturn or Mars is the ascendant lord, the event of finding the article is not completely denied. It is not that. It is not negation of the possibility of finding. The native can find, but then the native will have to be ready to make serious and untiring efforts, because Mars wants you to be original, wants you to be bold and courageous and enthusiastic. Saturn wants you to be disciplined, hardworking. Saturn wants you to be patient, perseverant. You cannot give up. You must have infinite patience. Then you will find, if you keep on making untiring efforts, because every time you try to reach out to that object, you feel that, oh yes, I'm almost there, I have found it. But then the moment you reach there, you realize that the object is not there. The object is not there at all. It has already been removed from there. Just before you reach, it is gone. But you should not give up. Go on and on. Go on making untiring efforts. You will find the article someday. But then delay. Definitely there will be some delay in the matter. Alright. Now friends, what else I can tell you? So, ascendant lord is Sun. About that I have already mentioned a little while ago. If the ascendant lord is Sun, that is, in the ascendant you have the Leo sign. Which sign you have? The Leo sign. So if the ascendant lord is Sun, that means if the native has really lost the article, if someone has stolen it, the native will never be able to recover it. Or if the ascendant lord is Leo, then it can also show that the article was actually never lost. Maybe the native misplaced it, or the native kept it somewhere and the native forgot about that, where the native has kept. So these two possibilities can be there if Leo is the ascendant sign. So friends, all these things you should keep in mind while looking at the Prashna chart. Look at the situation of the moon and the ascendant lord also. Ascendant lord represents the querent, the person who's asking the question. So yeah, the ascendant lord also shouldn't be afflicted. And moon is also important, friends. Moon is very important. Moon is a very important planet in Vedic astrology. It is the planet which rules the 4th house in the natural zodiac. 4th house is the house of your possessions. So all possessions, house of your peace of mind and home, So moon is very important. So look at the moon. Yes. Look at the ascendant lord, very important. And so moon is also definitely, it represents your mind, everything. So look at the moon, look at the ascendant lord, and suppose the querent comes and tells you that I have lost something. So then the querent is represented by the ascendant lord always. So you look at the ascendant lord, and if the querent and the thief, usually say, if you want to look at the thief, the querent is the ascendant. If you want to look at who has stolen that particular article, all right, then for that you should look at the 7th house or 7th lord. The 7th house or the 7th lord is connected to the thief or somebody who has stolen that article. So that will give you the clue. If you see that the planet of with the influence of Saturn or Ketu or even Rahu is there on the 7th house, these planets they do not have masculine energy. They are generally associated with feminine energy. Then it can show that the thief is a female. If on the 7th house you can see that the influence of Mars is there, then you can predict that definitely the native is a male. Look at that, which planet is aspecting the 7th house or is situated in the 7th house, because 7th house is your adversary. The querent is the 1st house, or the ascendant lord is connected to the querent, and the 7th house, 7th lord is connected to the enemy. So one who is enemy to the querent, that is perhaps one who has stolen that particular article. Now this is the case of theft. The question could be of various types. It could be any question. It could be a question regarding marriage. Then definitely you have to look at the 7th house. If the querent wants to know about marriage, look at the 7th house. If it is some property issue, some article, stolen article or anything, some possession, look at the 4th house. So it depends on the question. What question has been put by the native? If the native is asking you about profession, then look at the 10th house, and so on. So friends, these were certain techniques which I kind of employ or use while making predictions on the basis of the Prashna chart. So I told that particular native that you will find that article because I saw, I don't know whether I told you that that the sign of Leo was there. So I told the native that the native who had lost that article, so who told me that I lost my set of keys. So I told the native that it should be there in your own house only, because I saw that the 12th lord was in the 4th house, and the native really found the article. So within, I think, 12 hours the native gave me a call, because the native searched properly, and the sign of Leo, fixed sign in the ascendant, that is, the keys were there safe and sound. It was there in some cupboard, and the keys were fixed there only. The native had forgotten, so they were never stolen. So the native called me within within 12 hours and told me that I've actually had forgotten the keys. Finally I found the keys to my Almira. They are in my house itself. They were in a cupboard. They had gone to the bottom of the cupboard, and so I couldn't find them. And so that's how you make predictions. You can make predictions with the help of a Prashna chart. One more thing I have to mention here, that if the 4th lord or the 4th house is connected to a certain planet, then that planet also can give you the clue regarding your wealth or regarding any lost article, whatever be your question, especially if the question is regarding some material possession or anything which you value highly. So all your possessions, they are seen from usually the 4th house. It is the house of your home, your property, your possessions, your comfort, peace of mind. So that is your 4th house. Now suppose you have lost something and you lost some money, or maybe you have lost some article. Whether you'll be able to gain that money back, or whether you'll be able to gain or find that lost article, for that you need to look at the 4th house and the 4th lord. If moon is aspecting the 4th house, then we can say that there is a possibility that you will find the article from a place which has water nearby. That can happen. If moon is aspecting the 4th house in the Prashna chart, then you will find the lost article at a place where there is water, or at a place where you go and you find that there is rainfall. Then also you can find the lost object, because water or rainfall or rain, the significator of water is moon. That is why. So friends, or maybe there is a pond near your house and you have lost a very, you have lost some very valuable thing. Maybe you lost one of your earrings, and you have a swimming pool near your house, or within the compound of your house you have a swimming pool. So you may find that earring in the pool also, because the aspect of moon is on the 4th house, or moon is present in the 4th house, or moon is connected to the 4th house in some way. It could also be the 4th lord. So you have to see that. Yes friends? Alright. So that is one important planet. So, that is one important thing which I wanted to tell you. That look at the aspect of the planet on the 4th house. Which planet is aspecting. So that will give you the clue as to how you are going to be able to regain your wealth, or any lost article for that matter. So that's what I wanted to tell you, friends. So friends, that's all for today. See you next time with some other topic. Please press the all notification bell to get the notification of all my latest videos. Take care. See you.